And that amendment, for
Took out
primary-
the elementary schools, 1 through 6 or K through 6.
how do you feel about that?
I would like to have seen the whole thing, but I'll guarantee you that most of these people that are people that's been in the industry, and they probably would want to teach the higher grades, just like I did in the seniors.
So perhaps it isn't the worst thing that could happen to the bill.
Oh my no, oh my no. And we'll watch what happens to the numbers in 7th to 8th grade. I just really think we'll make once these get out, we'll make a big dent in substitute teachers. We'll make a big dent in I don't think, you probably heard me say it, I don't think that a teacher that goes through all through the things they want and goes out to teach and never has been in the marketplace, I don't think no matter what they've had, they have the potential to be close to the teacher of someone that spent years or a lifetime in the marketplace. They got this lifetime of experience to throw out to these kids. It's like what the example I give about the marketing class I taught. Those kids were on fire because I knew all the steps, and they seen all these terms they learned in Marketing 1, advertising, marketing, communication, merchandising. Well, that doesn't mean anything. It's like Singapore math. Instead of teaching the times tables separate over here, you teach it through a method of showing how it's valuable. And that's, I think, the key to turning kids on. Those kids were going to go out and become entrepreneurs, but at the same time, they really got hit in the face with even a little deal like that costs a lot of money. Or they could see the profit.
How long did you do your high school teaching?
Oh, 1 quarter.
Okay.
And then the UEA got to him and said, you can't do that anymore, he's not certified.
So then you got the boot.
Got the boot, yeah. See, that was amazing, I did that for nothing, I was glad to do it.
What about, I forget who it was who, prior to voting, was it Senator Bell maybe, who mentioned they'd like to see some sort of pedagogy requirement tagged on to the bill. Didn't make an amendment on that, but so that after you pass the test, you get some attention.
I don't see why somehow I'm not communicating. Because the guy that goes in and say it's me and I take the test, and I go teach that marketing class, but now they say, we're going to have someone sit in on your class and you're on probation for the first quarter or the second, third quarter, 3 quarters. And we can terminate you without cause, and I sign a paper. So if I would demonstrate if I'm a good teacher in that period of time, and if not, they get rid of me. So what is the problem? Is my question that they seem to ignore and go back to, well, if you didn't have this, I don't believe that. I graduated marketing and economics. And in economics, it's not probably as important as in marketing. But in college, and I almost had a dual major, and marketing was my major then, half my teachers never had been in the marketplace. One teacher had taught at FICOL, worked at FICOL for a few years, so he knew a little about that. He leaned on that all the time. But I had a couple of teachers that had spent years in their field, and they were fascinating, because they could tie it together for you.
Can I ask you a question, though, because you're talking about some courses that I think that people would traditionally consider as electives, and they enrich the...
Well, let's take chemistry.
Okay.
Geez, would you like to have a teacher that spent his life in a chem lab, or a teacher that was taught how to manage a classroom, which is very different in a lab, that has no experience except he learned out of a book? Well, there's no comparison. I'll take the guy that spent his life talking to me about his successes and his failures. Because you have all those in a career.
It sounds like with the examples and everything you're using, you're really talking about secondary.
Well, that's why
anyway, so
I was willing to give up almost without a fight. I'll have some people get angry at me because they didn't get a chance to do those elementaries, but I would say 80%, in my opinion, would be in the upper grades.